Today's notes are going to cover parallel lines and transversal vocabulary. So let's get started. Lines that are in the same plane that do not intersect are parallel lines. They're going to be indicated with these double bars, and you'll see that they don't intersect. Now, a line that intersects two or more lines in the same plane at different points, such as this, is called a transversal. Angles that lie on the same side of a transversal between the two lines that it intersects are angles such as these, and they're called same side interior angles, or same side interior angles. We'll abbreviate it like that. Angles that lie on opposite sides of a transversal, such as these two, are called alternate interior angles, or AIA. Angles that lie on the same side of a transversal in corresponding positions. So they're either both above the lines, or maybe they're both below the lines, such as these. These are called corresponding angles. And we'll just abbreviate them with CA. Angles that are on the same side of a transversal outside the two lines, such as these, we are on the this is the interior, so these guys are outside. These are called same side exterior angles. Or same side exterior angles for short. And then the last vocabulary are angles that lie on opposite side of a transversal outside the two lines. So we're going to be on alternating sides outside. Again, here's the interior. Outside, these are called alternate exterior angles, or AEA. All right, let's go through some examples. So if we're looking for corresponding angles, in this first example, we're looking for angles that are in the same position, such as angles 1 and angle 5. See how they're both kind of in this top left position of the two intersections? So that would be an example, angle 1 and angle 5. This little like triangular shape, that's indicating an angle. Okay, what about angles 2 and angle 6? You see how they're both in the same position? Or how about angle 7 and angle 3? And then the last set, how about angles 4 and angle 8? And these are our corresponding angles. We abbreviate that just CA. Alternate interior angles over here. So we're going to be on alternate. We're on different sides of the transversal on the interior. So let me show you the first example. Alternate interior angles. Angles 3 and angle 6. The other pair would be angle 4 and angle 5. We're on the inside alternating sides. And this is abbreviated alternate interior angles. Consecutive angles are angles such as 3 and 5. They're right next to each other. Consecutive, that means they're right next to each other. Interior, that means they're on the inside of the two parallel lines, or the two lines. So we can say angles 3 and angles 5. The other pair that we've got here would be angle 4 and angle 6. And these are consecutive interior angles, or same side interior angles. Now, alternate exterior angles. So alternate means we're on the opposite side of the transversal. Exterior means we're going to be outside. So how about 1 and 8? Another example would be angles 2 and 7. And these are alternate exterior angles, AEA. Now, vertical angles are angles that intersect at their vertex, like angles 2 and 3. We've got lots of examples in this one. How about 5 and 8? 1 and 4. And 7 and 6. And these are vertical angles, sometimes abbreviated VA. Now, the linear pair angles, these are angles that are on a straight line, such as angles 1 and angles 2. But I could also look at angles 4 and 2. They are a linear pair on this straight line. We can also look at angles 3 and 4 on this straight line. And one more in the bunch, how about angle 1 and angle 3 on this straight line? So we have 4 pairs of linear pair angles just in that first little section. Now let's find all the linear pairs in this area. So let's start with, how about 6 and 8? Or 7 and 8 on this straight line. We also have angles 5 and 7 on this straight line. And the last pair, 5 and 6 on this straight line, angles 5 and angle 6. And these are our linear pair. In this example, we're going to use the figure and name the type of angles. So angles 1 and 2, well, they're on this straight line. This is a linear pair. Angles 1 and 3, well, let's see. We've got angle 1 is on the exterior. This is all the interior. This would be the exterior. And as well as this. All right, if you think about it like this is the inside of those two lines. All right, and so let's take a look again at angles 1 and angles 3. Angle 1 is on the exterior, angle 3 is on the interior. They're on the same side and they're in the same position on each of these groupings of angles. So these are corresponding. Angles 8 and angle 4. Okay, angle 8 is in this top right. Angle 4 is in this bottom left. What I notice is they are both in the exterior area and they're on the opposite side of the transversal. So these are alternate exterior angles. Alternate exterior angles. Now angles 2 and 3. So angle 2 is on the inside, angle 3 is on the inside. These are interior angles and they are on the same side, so same side interior angles. Now angles 7 and 3, they're both on the inside, however they're on alternate sides of the transversal. So these are alternate interior angles. Okay, the next grouping let's look at is angles 5 and 7. 5 is on the outside, 7 is on the inside. But what I notice is they're in the same position on both of these angle sets. They're both kind of in the bottom right position of each of these, so we'll call those corresponding angles. 4 and 6 are across from each other. I'm going to call those vertical angles. And then 5 and 6, let's see. 5 and 6, they're on this straight line here. That is a linear pair. Okay, so in this problem it says angles must belong to the same transversal to be an angle pair. Angles 5 and 13, let's check them out. We're in this little grouping and this little grouping. 5 and 13 are in the same position, so we're going to call these corresponding angles. Angles 7 and 14, let's see, 7 and 14. What do you notice about these? Well, they're on the opposite sides, so we know they're alternate, and they are on the interior of the line C and D. So these are alternate interior angles. All right, one last group. Let's see, angles 3 and angle 6. So I'm going to take angle 6 is over here and angles 3 is over here. Here's the interior region. When I'm looking at 3 and 6, I notice that both in the exterior and they're on the opposite side of this transversal. Here's the transversal right here. They're on opposite sides. These are alternate exterior angles.